changing locations and shit. Man, get into this motherfucking bag. Stand on the way, I made. Sacrificing time for this shit. Man, I got a plan. Tried to tell niggas years ago. They ain't understand. Riding by myself and it's cool. I'm all in my head. Everything in life you can't replace. I build relationships. Pretty little smile make a nigga wanna lock it in. We met the same time I lost a friend. We should try again. You been on my mind. You should hop in. I ain't gonna hurt you, baby girl. You know we locked in. Used to be on FaceTime calls on the regular. Never made time, landed on my busy schedule. Now every time I get the bay, you know I think of you. Work.
Henny the Moore reporting live from the liquor store, man. And when all three of us come together, man, it's Cowboys Uncut.
Scottis.
West Coast Cowboy in the middle, the Kanye West of this content stuff.
And I'm a day one type of girl. Ain't nothing wishy-washy over here. I don't jump around, stick to one side. Yeah, the silver, the blue, we got them in their feelings. That star on the field, come pay the D a visit. They say it's hatred, is it? I call it hate and simping. Cause if we wasn't that hating, they wouldn't be in our business. Listen, West Coast say the water tastes better. The fan base go harder, and all the ladies get wetter. Yeah, that's how it is when you straight reppin' for Dallas. We get it in the trap, and landlord tell us what's happening. No explanations in no shape, form, or fashion. When Henny drop the stats, ain't nothing else to be asking. Them numbers don't lie, that's why your argument dry. And we still got them rings, you got your eyes on our prize. Whether an eagle, a giant, or a commando, you in the parking lot crying, we in the Lambo, we stay in our bag, we run it up in the draft. You still talking about the 90s, so who's stuck in the past? Get off me, and I'ma need you 6 feet back. And we ain't hearing nothing till your team beat that. And we ain't scared of running. It's only one team over here, it's Cowboys. Believe it. Yeah, this you got is a poet. Big up West Coast Cowboy, HTM Sports, and Landlord from Alabama. Y'all check them boys out, man. Don't play around with the Cowboys content. Yeah, and you know it's DC, yeah. DC4L. All day. Every day.
My dear Aunt Sally, we is at the P right now. We gotta go to free agency, then we gotta go to draft, then we can talk about training camp.
And Stephen Jones, who's also a multi-millionaire, moves and feels like a what? Like a dude that is got $15 in his bank account.
We finna come marching to Dallas with our picket signs, ticket torches, everything we can find.
And we are live. What's good with y'all, man? It's your boy, Henny the Moore, reporting live from the liquor store. And at the bottom, we have the most treacherous,
Don't do
diabolical.
This a new year.
Exactly. New Year's, same treachery.
I'm doing better this time.
No, you're not. No, you're not, sir. You're worse off.
I'm lying to myself like everybody does.
Like everybody. You see, he said New Year, new me, and you still the same devil.
I went right back to being nefarious. God damn.
Man.
My bad. Hold on. I went right back to the nefariousness. My bad.
I be having to pray when I'm around landlord just so I can not for anything else, just so I can do the show. Because you sit around landlord too long, then like bad things just start happening in your life. People start passing on.
Good Lord, don't do that. I ain't the Grim Reaper. What's the drill dude from Chicago that everybody die after they say his name? I'm not him now. He say his name, everybody did afterwards. Nah, not me. Man. But I ain't gonna lie. New Year started at 12 o'clock. 12:01, I was back being nefarious. I tried, you know what I'm saying? I tried.
He tried.
But I failed.
He tried for a whole 45 seconds.
I failed immediately afterwards. What's happening with y'all, Cowboy Nation, man? This is the last day of our 2023-2024 misery. So, yeah. We ain't got to worry about it after this week. You know what I'm saying? We get back to building and correcting all of the wrongs that we seen. Us, my people, hen people, me and hen, all the stuff that we seen last offseason. Now they can correct the stuff that we seen last offseason, hopefully. You know what I'm saying?
You never really know with these folks, man. But shout out to everybody in here, man.
Salute.
This is really the first joint show of the season, man. This is the first drunk trapping of the year. Shout out to Kendrick Thompson in the building.
Salute.
Shout out to Quack Quack, Willie T, Big Dow, 8604, Joe Tranchina in Italy, not from China, Miss Sadiqa Charles. Who else in the building with us right now, man? Drunk trapping on a Sunday.
Happy New Year to everybody.
Happy New Year, man. Miss Regina Green with the green, Elijah Robinson, Justin Kitchen, Dunny Holmes, what's up with you? T Smooth TV, Kelvin Hicks. Salute to everybody out there in the space, man. We really appreciate y'all for taking time out your Sunday to tap in with us. Y'all could be anywhere else in the world, but you're here with your boys, and we really appreciate that.
Facts.
Indeed, man.
I miss y'all, man. It's a happy New Year. You know what I'm saying? We trying to bring it in strong. You understand?
Yes, indeed, man. Yes, indeed. So, also, CeeDee Lamb's, I don't know, somebody asked in the comments, like, what injury CeeDee Lamb had. It's some kind of shoulder injury. If I'm not mistaken, it's an AC joint sprain. He'll be fine by next year, but they had to shut him down so he wouldn't have to have surgery in the long run.
Yeah, it's good that he don't have to have surgery. So,
Yes,
you know, it's that's a positive out of it. And I think we all got tired of seeing CD grimacing the whole game. You know what I'm saying? Like, we know that we're not playing for much. You know what I'm saying? So why is CD out here sacrificing his body? You know what I'm saying? Like, he's nailed to the cross for no reason. Like, bruh, this basically an exhibition for us right now. And CD over there just toughing it out. But I love his response, how he was saying, like, man, listen, I love this game so much, I'm just willing to go for my guys, and I appreciate that, man. I think every fan want to see that type of passion from our players, man. So CD pretty much was like the epitome of a Dallas Cowboy this year. I appreciate him.
Yeah. But let's talk about some Dallas Cowboys stuff, man. You know, it's a lot of times it's not always rays of sunshine and happiness.
Oh, it's definitely not.
Usually it's despair, loathing, fear, contemplating why we put ourselves through what we put ourselves through by cheering for this team, because they never seem to do right by us. So this is the news. Shout out to Todd Archer. Make sure y'all follow. Always good up-to-date information about the Dallas Cowboys. Trey Lance will start, according to multiple sources he talked to. He said he talked to two folks. Trey Lance will be the starting quarterback this game. This will be his first significant playing time since 2022. I know that you've seen Trey Lance play damn near every snap of preseason. That shit don't count. We talk about meaningful football games against real football players. Some of the guys that picked off Trey Lance work at Target. Right now.
They got their CDLs and stuff.
Man, them boys is truck drivers. They YouTubers. We might collab with one of them. They even know it.
Somebody said, landlord, is it safe now? What that mean? What shit? I don't know. You tell me.
Hold on, nigga. What you been doing?
I don't know what's going on, JB. Hey, let me know is it safe, my boy. I don't know.
Hold on, let's put some music on.
That's scary. Like he said, landlord, is it safe now? Like I had him in a cage or something.
Man, you might have did. Never know about you. Shout out to Patrick Green, man, with the $2 cash app, man. We appreciate you for the support.
Salute,
Early
Mr.
support.
Patrick.
Yeah, hey, help us keep the lights on all year in the liquor store and the trap, man. Make sure y'all hit them cash apps. YouTube is still hating us out. I won't hold you. We still on probation. Landlord was caught with weapons of mass destruction. I was caught trying to carry out an assassination attempt against Jerry Jones. So, you know, they had to. I'm gonna stop playing.
Allegedly, you know what I'm saying?
Like, shit get real now.
They already hate our guts. Don't give them ammunition.
I can't even play like that no more with the stuff going on in the world right now. So I ain't gonna play like that. But
Absolutely.
Yeah, man. But Trey Lance will start. And listen, let me take this down real quick. It's not that we weren't asking to see what we had in Trey Lance for the longest because we spent a 4th round pick. But you waited till the final game of the season to give Trey Lance any real opportunity to play. And I think it's more so not to pay Cooper Rush his incentive money than anything. Cause you really
think? And we dealing with the cheap Cowboys. Yes, it is.
So like that's another 250 grand that Cooper Rush could have earned. It would have been a long shot. Don't get me wrong, because he would have had to play 80 offensive snaps this game. I don't think we're good enough to run 80 plays in this game. I don't think we would have.
Okay, 80 snaps. Okay, now I don't feel as bad. He ain't getting no 80.
Hey, shout out to Donald Holmes with the Cash App as well, man. I appreciate you for the love and support, my guy. You
Salute, Dono.
Yes, sir. I appreciate that, man. So, I will be fair because I got this information from Jane Slater. You know, she's been water carrying a little bit lately, so I haven't really used a lot of her stuff. But shout out to Jane Slater.
They hating on Jane because she be asking the questions that the people want to hear.
I mean, yeah.
That's what it is.
She do, but at the same time, when you are an insider and you can't get inside no more because they won't let you in, you have to do a little concession here and there.
Yeah, she just pissed everybody off. That's all.
you gotta come back and bend the knee a little bit. So, so he said for little clarification on this Cooper Rush missing a big incentive thing, he already made 250 bands, playing 45% of the snaps this season. He could have made another 250 if he played 55% of them, but I'm told he would need roughly 80 plus offensive snaps. So that's even more than 80. It's actually over 80. In other words, that was a real stretch. With Trey Lance set to hit the open market, this is opportunity to see what the 4th round trade pick has to show. Unclear if starting still, but he is expected to see a significant amount, as Rap Sheet initially reported, according to multiple sources. So listen, I still feel like this was a just in case ass move, because like you never know with games like this. We damn near went into overtime with the damn with the damn Commanders the last time we played them. You know what I'm saying? There was a game that we had a lot of offensive snaps. You know, you never really know how a game plays out. Was it? And
they turned up at the end.
Yeah. So was it likely that it was going to happen? No. Could it still have happened with the way that games play out and way turnovers happen and the way that we play sort of ball control offense where we have Cooper Rush, we run the ball a lot, we get. Because remember, it's not that he has to throw the ball 80 times. He got to be on the field for 80 offensive snaps. So if you control the clock, if you control the ball majority of the game, you might get that extra 20 plays in. Because the average on offensive plays in an NFL game is like 65 already. So you could,
that's pretty close. If it's an extended game, or maybe it's a lot of turnovers. You know what I'm saying? If it's a lot of turnovers for the other team, and you get some extra snaps, and it can get close. It can get close.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I understand what she's saying. Like it's above the norm of how many snaps are played in one singular game, but it still isn't like it was a 100% possibility that it would not have happened. So I think I would have preferred Cooper Rush to end the season out. Honestly, went for it. We ain't playing for shit else anyway, man. Like, let's keep it real. We're either trying to play spoiler or we're trying to play to get a better pick. I don't know which one they decided, but playing Trey Lance, you're trying to play to get a better pick. Because I don't believe in Trey Lance's ability to beat the.
I was about to say, when it's your division rival, I would choose spoiler. Like, we already screwed our pick. Like, now it's like our pick is just destiny. Like, it's just destined to be our pick. So I don't think we can help it or hurt it as much as we probably think right now. I don't know.
I think we're damn near locked into like the 13th or 14th.
That's what I'm saying. So if it's like that, you might as well just, play to win.
Yeah, I would have. Because listen, when we still had an opportunity to get a top 10 pick and y'all up here were talking about, we got to finish strong. We got to build the culture.
This is what you get. This is what you get.
Like now, all them franchise changing players you could have got, you can't get them. Sorry. You have to figure that shit out. But
So let's be honest, though. We both had discussions off air that, our brain is telling us we need to lose. But our hearts get into the game and we just be like, bro, come on, Cowboy. Like, we can't help it either. But like, which one do you supposed to listen to when you making decisions?
Man, when you make decisions, you gotta go with your rational mind.
You gotta go with your mind, man. Like we are real Cowboy fans, y'all. This is not no facade. This is for real. So, like, our natural instincts has still got us room for this team, even though we know we screwing ourselves. You see what I'm saying? Like, we know we screwing ourselves.
Every single time I go in the game saying we need to lose, and by the end of the game, I am begging them to win.
That's just how it is, y'all.
Yeah, Big O Game effed it up because you had an opportunity to still make the playoffs. Slim, but you had an opportunity to still make the playoffs.
I love the way Michael reacted now looking back on it. You know.
That was your season.
Yeah, that was the whole season for real. So, and y'all know I'm not a Micah guy for real. You know, I give Micah the business. So this I really appreciated the way he let his emotions be on display. Cause sometimes they need to see how much you care about this game. That's all the hard work he put in to get back. The mindset he had to come through and say, hey, we still finna get to the playoffs. Like, Michael was really trying to get it. Like, I could tell, like, every snap, Michael was going crazy. Since he came back, man, it was a different Michael Parsons to me. Like, at the beginning, he kind of struggled. But coming back, Michael was 10 toes down, man. So I appreciate that effort and passion that we got out of the line this time.
I agree with you on that front because they could have took tail and laid down. Them boys were out there putting belt to ass, man, in situations they didn't have to. And there were guys out there playing that didn't have to play. CeeDee Lamb is already a made man. He signed his contract. He didn't have to play through that shoulder injury, but he did so. Trayvon Diggs, you know, he played majority of the season. He could have been tapped out because he'd been dealing with some stuff since the beginning of the season, what they were saying. And he still played through and tried to be out there with his teammates and stuff, man. So, kudos to all the guys that kept fighting, man. I know it was too little, too late. We came up short. I know there's a lot of, uncertainty about the future. But looks like we might really have Mike McCarthy back, dog.
It looks like it might not be, too. I don't know.
So
because I heard they said that they looking into other coaches.
All right, and other people are looking into Mike McCarthy.
That's the danger I'm scared of. Like, you up here flirting with everybody else, and you just realize that he actually got options. Like, you tripping. You better, all right.
So the Saints are linked to Mike McCarthy, and Mike McCarthy already coached for the Saints before. He was an offensive coordinator early in his career for the Saints. That's really when he started working on his West Coast principles and building it up. So on and so forth. So going back to the Saints, where he really started really having opportunity coaching as a coordinator, makes sense. You know what I'm saying? They need quarterback development. He's a quarterback whisperer. So it would make perfect sense to have him go over there. But also, according to Kevin Gray, Adam Schefter said Mike McCarthy is safe. He said he hear Mike McCarthy gonna be here.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, I told you I done came to peace with this. I feel like Mike being here a couple of more years is a good thing for us. But at the same time, I understand why people won't change. And that's just something, hey, if it is what it is, if it happens, it happens. I'm at peace. I'm kind of almost neutral with it at this point.
Well, I'm going to say this. I'm going to ask you a question. Andy Reid calls the plays in Kansas City, right?
Yeah.
How many offensive coordinators have he had?
A lot.
So I'm just saying, like, if you are upset with Mike McCarthy, just swap out the offensive coordinator. Well, we really don't even know what the hell Schottenheimer does.
I was about to say, like, because most of the times, if you got an OC, you will probably see his imprint somewhere. We all know that this is just Mike McCarthy. This is the same kind of style that Mike McCarthy ran all the years in Green Bay. Where is the Brian Schottenheimer influence? Like, can anybody pinpoint this to me? Because I can't. So, like, what is Shotty doing? Then we heard people saying, oh, Shotty gonna be over the run game. And then everybody hates the run game, but nobody says nothing about Shotty. So, like, what's going on here, y'all? I need some clarity. I need some clarity.
And I still don't believe he's over the run game. If this is my thing. If the one thing that you don't like about Mike McCarthy is just the play calling, or you don't like play design, like let's say you don't like one of those things. Let's say that's your only nitpick with Mike McCarthy, even if it's over embellished, like some of the hate he gets. you can rectify that just by getting an offensive coordinator that does know and understand modern NFL offenses and pairing them with Mike McCarthy. It's never too late to teach an old dog new tricks, and it could be a mentorship program for said offensive coordinator. Because Mike McCarthy is still a damn good head coach at the end of the day. He knows how to win games. He knows how to manage rosters. He keeps his guys playing for him, and that's something you can bestow upon a young offensive coordinator. So you can put a young offensive coordinator with Mike McCarthy, and it be a mutually beneficial situation for both of them to grow. Mike as a play caller in the modern NFL, this guy as a head coach in the future for either for the Cowboys or somewhere else. And I think that'd be a match made in heaven. But I just think the Dallas Cowboys can't. If you have an older head coach, unless you get one of the best offensive head, OCs, you go have to either get a young one. I don't think it can be older head coach, offensive coordinator that's barely hanging on to an NFL job. I don't think that dynamic works.
Yeah, I ain't mad at that though. Like everybody could do for some fresh eyes, some fresh ears in the building. You know what I'm saying? So Mike might need to have some type of refreshment. You know what I'm saying? He might need to be refreshed with some up-to-date stuff here and there. But don't get it twisted, man. Mike still had a good offense. I think what it is, in my opinion, because everybody got opinions, you know what they like. But everybody got opinions. But I will say this. I feel like if we had better players in some of these key skill positions, that the plays will look better. I'm just saying. It's always that lifelong debate. Is it the X's and O's or is it the Jimmy's and Joe's? Like, which ones is it? And what's weird about it is, guess what? Some of the greatest head coaches in every sport of all time, what they say it is. Real talk, a lot of the head coaches say it's the Jimmy's and Joe's. Like, Pop say, I can't do this without Duncan. Phil Jackson say he couldn't do this without Kobe and Mike. Like, he'll tell you that. So I think most of the time we gotta say that the people who doing these things is pretty much like that's the deciding factor in my opinion. Like, I need higher talent doing this stuff. Because guess what? When you got big talent, you got people doing easy little simple stuff and they going 30, 40 yards. Like, if you look at Detroit, of course they got some of their gimmicky, fancy-looking stuff, but a lot of time they might just be throwing a swing pass out the backfield to Gibbs and he getting 60 yards. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not rocket science right there. CD absolutely need help. He does. Just imagine what CD would do if everybody on the planet didn't know that he was our only real-life weapon out here.
Well, speaking of such, so shout out to Joey Eccles. He said, every division winner in the NFC and all the top 5 seeds in the playoffs will have more dead money than the Cowboys, $30 million. 4 of the 5 also have expensive quarterbacks, and all 5 have a wide receiver. 2 of the teams have 2, making over $20 million a year. So what they trying to say by that?
Ain't no excuses.
There's no excuses for the Dallas Cowboys to be playing poor, and everybody else is spending more money than them. You can't sit here and talk about the pie and the teams that are doing better than you is spending more money. Like, you can't sit here and say this is why we're struggling, and the teams that are better than you have cashed out more. You are an insufferable buffoon.
Facts.
At this point, Jerry Jones. I'm about sick of your shit. Matter of fact, they got teams on here, and they just got Joe name. It says, who dropped the ball in 2024? This nigga said the Jets, the Chicago Bears, Jerry Jones, and the New York Giants.
They didn't say the Dallas Cowboys.
They like, nah, we like Will McClay. We ain't gonna say the Cowboys. Jerry Jones, what are you doing?
We got to be specific with this anger. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's also not true. They said Cowboys have always had a good offensive line. The offensive line not even good this year.
Who says this? Who's saying these things?
Somebody, I think, on your side, bro. But it's all good. Yeah, the Dallas Cowboys offensive line has not been that damn great in a while.
Shh.
Oh, I'm sorry. We're supposed to be hyping up the offensive line so we don't draft another one in the first round.
Man, the offensive line was incredible this year.
Yeah,
I don't know what you're talking about.
You're right. The offensive line is amazing. Let's not.
The offensive line, boy. We got some generational talent on that line there, boy.
Yeah,
I'm telling you right now. So they fine. Everything is okay.
They're amazing. They're amazing.
Because I'm telling you, it'll be a whole nother tackle, first-round pick coming in here in 2025, and I would flip. I don't even want to think that way.
Matter of fact, let me ask. If you draft a tackle, what the hell do you do with your boy
Guyton?
Because you just spent all off season teaching him how to be a left tackle. So every rep and everything that you did would have been wasted at that point if you allow him to go back to right tackle. And it's still no guarantee that he plays well over there.
And then what's so crazy, you got your legendary guard might be retiring. So, that's another spot.
Can I say this? Your offensive line did play better without him. Like, I ain't gonna hold you.
Sheesh.
When Tyler Guyton got hurt and then benched, and then when Zach Martin got hurt, your offensive line played better. They did.
So what conclusion are you making from that information, Mr. Henny DeMore? What are you saying?
Let the motherfuckers that played in his place play.
You think that's sustainable long term, Henny?
Yes, because listen, I know that people like to think this. You don't have to have 5 Hall of Famers on your offensive line to be a good unit. You really need more continuity than anything.
Only Dallas thinks that.
Only Dallas thinks that you have to have nothing but superstars on your offensive line for it to be a good offensive line. It's just not true.
The Eagles don't have all first rounders, and they got the best offensive line, unfortunately.
Yeah. Matter of fact, their left tackle was a 7th-round pick that was a rugby player. Matter of fact, the Eagles have not spent a first-round pick on an offensive lineman since 2019, and that player is no longer on their team.
Good Lord.
So just people talk about building the trenches. It's really about finding the right guy throughout the entirety of the draft, developing them, letting them play significant snaps together to get continuity, and then going forward with those guys.
Mr. CT, does that mean Connecticut or something? Like, let me know. But another thing about it, you saying you hearing rumors about Will McClay leaving, sir. We rebuke that in the name of Jesus. we rebuke that right now. I don't want to even discuss that any further, okay? Because we will be doomed if we let Will McClay go. Like, no. We don't want that type of drama.
Yeah, Austin Richards looked good when he played. This the thing. You spent all these draft picks. This is the thing they were talking about with McClay. His contract is expiring.
Oh, Lord.
So, they haven't read him up. And that's why there's talk that he might not be back, but I'm sure they get that done eventually. Right? I'm sure they get that done eventually. Right? Yeah, still was a big area issue for majority of the season.
He got better once we started running the ball a little better, though. I give him that. But I don't know if that's going to be the style of football we play. We'll have to see.
Yeah, Zach Martin was a bit of an issue, and we know that Tyler Guyton was a bit of an issue. Right? Let's keep it real.
Because this is what I want people to say. Like, of course, we don't have a Joe Burrow level quarterback on our roster right now that's healthy. So, But what I do recognize is like teams don't be policing those pass attempts like I thought they would. You know what I'm saying? Some of the best teams, like, listen, who that was? That was Minnesota, and there's some winning teams too. I think some of these rushing attempts and stuff are skewed a little bit because these are the better teams in the league. Once you are one of the better teams in the league, you probably have the lead in the fourth quarter, so that might ruin some of these rush attempt numbers. Like, we need to start looking and investigating when are these teams running. Because I promise you, I sports bet a little bit. And I've been looking at Minnesota. Minnesota throw the ball a whole lot, bro. And they a good team. Like, I'm sitting up here like, run the ball. They like, nope. They chunking it. With Sam Darnold. They throwing the ball way more. But we sit up here and see Mike McCarthy throw the ball, and we like, oh, God, he throwing the ball. Like, I promise y'all, it's not like that, y'all. It's really not like that. And look, granted, Mike is top 5 with it, though. He up there. You know what I'm saying?
He gonna throw that hoe.
He gonna throw it now. Don't get me wrong, but I'm just letting you know when you have a dangerous player. Because listen, Cincinnati, even though they kind of stupid, I give you that. But I'm not mad at them for feeling like Joe Burrow is their best chance to win. Like, why would you not have the ball in your best player's hands? You see what I'm saying? Like, why would Wemby not have the ball at the end of the game? Like, that's our best player for the Spurs. Like, why would your best player not have the ball? You feel like that's your best shot. So when you got good players at those positions, of course you're going to want to pass. You got a superstar in CeeDee Lamb. You got another superstar over here to the right in my dreams for 2025. Then, you know what I'm saying, you doing it like that, of course you might feel like your best shot is to throw the football. Like, it's going to be hard for me to be against throwing the ball. I'm sorry. I'm a receiver by nature. It is what it is. I still feel like this is a passing league. I view the league better now. And these boys be throwing the ball, man. San Francisco, I just bet against Joe Burrow for throwing the ball 39 times, and he threw it like 49 times. Like, these boys throwing the ball, man.
Chucking that hole.
They throwing the ball, y'all. So I don't know what it is about us. We just act like we just can't throw the ball. Like, bro, this is a passing league. I know the rushing numbers look skewed, but I'm going to do some investigations because I'm not certain yet, but I got my suspicions that these teams are running the ball towards the end of the game.
But we also looked at some of these other guys, and we looked at the yards per completion and explosive plays. They are setting up the chunk plays off of the play action.
Off the run, yeah.
Yeah, but like you said, like that also comes with people respecting your ability to run the football. When you have those backs that require you to put a safety in the box, and you got to go to single high safety looks, you can take advantage with the chunk shots down the field, and then you won't have to pass the ball as much.
Facts.
You still threw the ball. You still threw for 300 yards, but you did it on 17 completions because you were slinging that hoe.
And because everybody is worried about the run, like. But most of those players had dynamic backs back there. Another thing we don't have. Who in the world is shaking in their boots looking at Rico? Rico had a decent season. He was 1,000-yard back. This is no shot at Rico. But let's act like we not Cowboy fans and we just going into the Cowboys game as defensive coordinators. Are we putting a star by Rico name like we got to watch that dude? No, we not, y'all. We just not. So when
what we're gonna do if we're defensive coordinators playing the Dallas Cowboys is we're going to double team CeeDee Lamb.
CeeDee Lamb, yes.
And if Rico Dow beats us on the ground, we will walk to the middle of the field and shake that man's hand.
Congratulations, good job, sir. See you next time. Mm-hmm. That's how it goes. So, but the teams that we looked at, okay, I want y'all to know this. Baltimore, first, the Eagles are first. Jalen Hurts does not have to throw the ball much at all because he has a dynamic a back that's having an all-time great year back there. Saquon is taking a big-time burden off of Jalen Hurts' hands right now. So,
and he runs so much.
And he runs a lot, too, because he's a running back a little bit. So, him, then you got Baltimore that's second. But guess what? The caveat is in this equation, Baltimore and the Eagles are big-time. They are very high, like what? They was like top 10 in explosive plays, too. Yep. So that's why it adds up so well because you super afraid of them. Tell the truth. We going into the game to play the Eagles, the stinking turd birds. Who are we circling?
Shit, we circling Saquon Barkley, and we honestly, when it comes to like receivers, we're circling A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith.
So, but first, going off of this year, who is your prime focus?
Nigga, we gotta stop Saquon.
We gotta stop Saquon, bro. So now, again, put it on Baltimore because it depends on how your team is structured, y'all. They invested money into their weapons. We don't have nobody that's warranting that type of respect. So when we talk about running the ball, okay, you need your attempts, but you need the fear in them linebackers. So when you do act like you putting the ball on the running back and then pull it back, they'll have to take a couple steps up. Like if a linebacker don't take a couple steps up and you up here doing a play action to Saquon Barkley, you'll probably be fired the next day. If you don't take a couple steps up to Derrick Henry, you might be fired the next day. Like it's certain levels of respect. It's levels to this. And we don't have a back who gonna make those linebackers step up like that. That's just the honest to God truth. Even though I see value in Rico. I really do. I think Rico had a great year, especially for what was expected of him. So this is no shot on Rico, but I'm just trying to tell you, in the minds of these defensive coordinators, that's what make the plays open. We need somebody that gives them fear. Like, they have no fear when they see Rico or Zeke. Like, none of these dudes is putting fear in the defensive coordinator heart right now. So we need to invest in one of those premier backs or another premier wide receiver, because guess what? This is a marriage. It all works together. If you invest in another top-tier receiver, now they so afraid of the pass, you can run more. So it's the same way, y'all. It's really the same way. You could do both. It's a marriage between the run game and the pass game. So if you don't want to invest in a top-tier back, go get you a top-tier receiver and just get you a better back. You see what I'm saying? You could do both. Or pair somebody with Rico. But you first need to establish fear somewhere. And we haven't done that in this offense.
So I like
the only thing they fear is CD.
I like Brian Peters' point. He said this is why Goddard is eating, because you named 3 weapons before you got to the tight end. Because when you got to put that much emphasis on everybody else, Goddard is not a bad player. He's a Pro Bowl level player, but he's not one of the weapons when you think about the Philadelphia Eagles. So if you perfectly defend the play, you got A.J. Brown locked up, you got Devontae Smith locked up. They only play action. Saquon, and you didn't even get depth on it. You still got to worry about Dallas Goedert one-on-one with a linebacker, and that's the issue. When you got weapons everywhere and playmakers everywhere, even if they're not your top guys, you know it's going to pay dividends for your offense. Goddard completely won a game for them. He went crazy against the Saints. He was unguardable. Matter of fact, I think the boy got piss test. He went so crazy after that game.
Think about it situational too. Say, for instance, it's 4th and goal, and you got you dealing with the Eagles. Not 4th and inches, like 4th and you got 5-6 yards to the field to the touchdown. Okay, and they do a play action rollout. Like, bruh, you know what I'm saying? That's a potential Saquon Barkley handoff. But now you afraid because he did a play action. Now he can roll, probably find Dallas Goedert wide open. You know what I'm saying? Like, find A.J. Brown in the back of the end zone. Like, yes, you can do stuff like that because all the focus is going to be on the primary weapon. See, we can't do that. Well, we do that, but our others, like Shaq say in the NBA, the others on our team aren't strong enough to dominate their one-on-ones. That's the issue. They are pretty much equal to their one-on-one matchups. You know what I'm saying? Or sometimes even losing their one-on-one matchups. So that's a problem for us. We can't even exploit people over zealous on CD Lamb. We can't even exploit that because we sitting up here like, well, you know, they know CD, they double teaming CD, but, you know, Jalen Tolbert over there, you know, not really getting too much separation on his player. Or Brandon Cooks, dude, all over Brandon Cooks. Like, it's no benefit to it. So that's why we end up being stopped.
So, like Chris pointed out, even when we were winning championships, it wasn't just one guy. We had Emmitt Smith, Michael Irvin, Alvin Harper, and then Novacek is a Hall of Fame tight end. Like, he was making plays before there was really a thing for tight ends.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts also a running threat. So it's a lot of factors in that. You know what I'm saying? You need threats. You need to put fear in a defensive coordinator's heart. And if you can be honest with yourself, if you can look landlord in the shades, you know what I'm saying, not my eyes. If you look at me in my shades and tell me that you are not scared, name some players that you are shaking in your boots for, let me know.
Man.
On your team, please. Like, look, I'm talking about you could be the biggest fan. Name some players that on this offense that you up there like, huh. Now, to be honest, I might be a little scared of Turpin because he dangerous. Like, he can do something. But as a defensive coordinator, I know I'm going to only get a splash of him. So that's on Mike. That's on Big Mike.
I'm also going to say this. I'm not game planning for a gadget guy. You don't game plan for gadget guys.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
But
like,
you do keep an eye on him, though.
You keep an eye.
You keep an eye on him because he could be in the backfield. He could be at tight end. You can sneak him all different other places. So you're going to keep an eye on him because he can burn you, though. He can burn you.
But this is the thing. As long as I know where he is and I communicate where he is correctly, I should be able to handle that. Because
Yeah.
and he's not a pristine route runner. He's 5'9". Like the only thing I'm really
He's
scared
110 pounds, soaking wet.
the only thing I'm scared about
Pause.
is him getting over the top. If I'm already in too high safety shell, I'm not concerned about that. I got the dudes over top. Make sure you carry him enough up the field if he get up the field so the safeties can rotate over if he does. That's it.
And it's a lot of little small nuance stuff that Turpin does not he has not incorporated into his game, and that's you have to know how to play the position. Now I know a lot of people think that if a receiver is fast, then he's good. Like that's not the truth, y'all. Like you can be fast and sorry. It's plenty of people that's been like that. So don't think that just I gotta be fast. Like I've seen situations where Turpin didn't know how to stack his defender. And that's why he didn't catch the ball or he wasn't open. I've seen situations where Turpin let the defender force him to the boundary. Like it's stuff like that where I'm not mad at Mike. Mike probably like, bro, it's certain principles that he don't know. I can't use them as much. That might be a problem. Cause he's sitting up there like, bro, I seen these Turpin as a receiver, you know the boundary is a corner's best friend. Like, you don't let him force you to the sideline. You see what I'm saying? It's just certain stuff that real receivers know. Like, I'm not going close to the sideline because that's playing into his hands. You see what I'm saying? I know once I pass him with my right shoulder, if he on my right, I got to get in front of him and stack. That's what officially makes me open. Because guess what? If you stack, that means the only way the defender can get into play is he got to go over you or through you. Pause. He got to go over you. You know what I'm saying? And that would be a defensive interference. So that's why you stack. That's why you talk that way so you can perform and be open, man. Certain people don't know this stuff. Like they'll just be running side by side by the dude, or it's just listen. It's a lot of nuanced stuff that you got to know as a receiver to be good. And some of these receivers don't know it. Y'all just see him like, oh, he can run fast. He can catch the ball. He can do this. Bro, it's certain core, nuanced principles to playing the position that some of these dudes don't know. We even see Jalen Tolbert struggling with it. These are the things that people don't talk about. You just hear him say, oh, Tolbert is garbage. Or you'll hear them say, oh, Turpin can't play. Like, nah, it's core principle stuff that they need to learn and get better at. But guess what? We don't have the goddamn time to sit here and teach and tutor them. That's why I wanted some fucking receivers last year. But y'all don't want to discuss that, okay? It's 12 o'clock. Go Cowboys. I would love to see y'all play well. I don't care about none of the other stuff, man. We need a win. I want to beat the stinking Washington whoever's and go crazy, all right?
Indeed. Yeah, man, we finna get off here. Also, just to pat on to your point, CeeDee Lamb ran a 4.5, and he's still one of the most dangerous wide receivers in the NFL. You do not have to be a 4.2, 4.3 guy to be a dynamic wide receiver because way more shit that goes into it. Way more shit that goes into it.
Facts.
But, yeah, man, I appreciate everybody. It's been almost 50 minutes of some great Dallas Cowboys content. We finna go watch this train wreck of a season comes to its inevitable end.
I'm going to pop a bottle at 000.
Shit. Hey, mail me a shot, man. But it's your boy, Henny the Moore. It's landlord D Nefarious one at the bottom. God bless America. God bless the Cowboys. And in the words of West Coast Cowboy, never look down because the star is up. Peace.
Peace.